Continuing our series of the not-so-picture-perfect relationship of Trisha and Moses, we have more moments to shed a light on. Trisha fans always seem to praise Moses for being so helpful to her and treating her right, and yet Trisha does not reciprocate this behavior and in turn criticizes and mistreats Moses any chance she gets. Even Trisha's playful moments with Moses are instances where she's the one having fun and he isn't. Like in this clip where she begins to touch Moses in a way that he doesn't like, and once she realizes that, she continues to touch him more.
So much like the Boy Scout, and Alec Baldwin's like, "Hey, canteen boy, like, how's it going? Hey, it's me. You don't like when I do that? No. Oh, how about that? How about that?"
Because it doesn't actually matter if it's fun for him, as long as it's fun for her. Trisha can do whatever she wants to Moses, but he has to walk on eggshells around her, because if he does anything she doesn't like, there's hell to pay for it. Which is a landmine, because she'll frequently tell him things opposite to what she actually wants so that when he doesn't do the opposite, she can be upset. You can see here when he explains how he followed her instructions and was in trouble for it, because she actually wanted him to do the opposite. She told him not to worry about picking something up, and when he didn't pick it up, she was annoyed and angry and took it as a personal offense.
When I heard because when you told me, it's like, oh, it's nothing, you don't have to pick it up, it's really nothing. Like,
Well,
I didn't
because
think it was like,
because it wasn't. It was just like a.
handmade.
Oh, of course.
Thing.
I mean,
no, but that's not how you said it. You said like, oh, it's nothing. It's something small. Just so you
so
know, I'm
what?
thinking about
Who
you.
cares? You could have at least still picked it
Yeah,
up.
but I went to the post office.
I would have. I was like,
and
no,
then
you got
it was in the middle of work day, and there was a line around the whole
So you
block.
left.
Because I'm texting you, and you're like, oh, it's nothing. Just leave.
Because I
it.
didn't want to be that like
Don't
person.
say that though.
Babe, I gave you something. If you said, "Oh, pick up a penny," I'd be like, "Okay."
Well, I didn't know you that well at the time. You know, to do the opposite of what you say.
This happened on a Valentine's Day with them, when she told Moses he didn't have to get her anything because he had previously spent loads spoiling her beforehand. Yet when he didn't, she became upset and ruined the day for both of them.
The overall like spirit of Valentine's Day, like I really never expect anything on Valentine's Day for real. I just like as you can see, we bought like all the snacks because I just think it's so cute. I don't know, I think it's super cute. And then I got the KKW fragrances, which I normally like, I wouldn't normally buy something to finish it out of me. I kind of feel bad. I feel like I made Moses feel bad in the car that he didn't plan anything for Valentine's Day. It's fine. Honestly, it's fine. Like like it's quarantine, but it's also like our first Valentine's Day together. But he does do so much for me outside of Valentine's Day. But yeah, I get so hyper I get like really hypersensitive around Valentine's Day. I don't know why. I just feel like, I just never like had a good Valentine's Day. I feel bad. I feel like bad. I feel like I made him upset. Anyways, I feel like I made Moses feel bad, and I feel like he's out to go do something, and like I don't want to be that person either. I never want to be the person that like makes you feel like you have to do something for me. Like, just.
She talks about how she made Moses feel bad and how she doesn't want to be that person, but she does. That's why she is that person. That's why instead of apologizing to Moses, she let him walk around upset. She was upset, so he had to be as well, because that was the only way she was going to feel better. She said Moses does so much for her, but the truth is that he can never do enough for her. And meanwhile, Trisha doesn't lift a finger for him. She can't even bring it in herself to be nice to him. As you can see, during all the times she has criticized things he's proud of, like his artwork. Here you'll see her giving him a compliment about it, but not without insulting it first.
No, but I mean, like, you know.
Oh, that I'm into something you're into? That you created? Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying! Don't say I'm never into something you're not created, because I love that. That's one of my favorite in the world.
I never said that.
Like, it's so good. It really, like, no, I like it. It's like the King Tut thing. It's like, to me, it's like mesmerizing. Like, I like watching it. There is something mesmerizing about it.
That's probably the biggest compliment you give me.
I'm serious. That's what I'm saying. It's the same thing. Like, it starts out to be kind of funny and like, oh, this is bad. But then you're like, oh, no, it's actually kind of, there's something about it.
Her disrespect for him is also obvious by the way she doesn't let him speak, and tries to control how much he speaks and how he does so. Whenever he shares his opinion on anything, she's outright annoyed and unamused, often encouraging him to stop speaking. Here she forces him to answer a question in a way that is to her liking, and when he doesn't, she displays her annoyance for him.
Who's funnier?
think like Adam Sandler is more casual, relatable, funny in that way. So it's easy, like it's fun comedy. With Jim Carrey, I think it's more.
Babe, who's funnier? Don't give an explanation. Jim Carrey or Adam Sandler?
They're different though.
Pick
It's not
one.
like it's not like two stand-up comedians that I can say, well, I like this one more.
Oh my god.
What?
But we already know Trisha seems to think mistreating him is cute. You can see that even from the thumbnail on the video itself. But remember, she thinks it's cute. Here's another loving moment between the two of them, where she addresses mistreating him, acting as if it's cute and quirky that she does and has.
I really didn't believe you'd come back. I remember that one big fight we had with the keys.
Well, I'd be happy if you come with me, but.
And you're like, okay, you can come with me, but I have to go back to my house. And I did. And you stayed.
Yeah. So again, it's communication. It's reassuring the person.
Okay. A pattern of unstable, intense relationships, such as idealizing someone one moment and then suddenly believing the person doesn't care enough or is cruel. Unstable, intense relationships.
Yes, so definitely.
You're just like, check all these.
You'd go from like, I love you, you're amazing, to you're the scum of the earth.
Yeah, I feel like, okay, back to the relationship. I feel like, yeah, the paranoia with you has gone down. I think, right?
I think so. You mainly make jokes. It's not real.
What's my paranoia jokes that I make?
If I give you a drink, you're like, are you trying to poison me?
Oh, but there's some truth to that. Sometimes I think you are. Honestly, I'm like,
Oh my God.
inappropriate, intense anger, such as frequently losing your temper, being sarcastic or bitter, or having physical fights. Definitely not me.
What?
Definitely does not apply to me, that one. So, yeah, that one's hard for me. That's my hardest one, is my temper. I don't know what it is. That's the trigger where I'm talking about, where like is not me. That's something where I feel like it's like definitely not me. It's like so scary. So those, I don't know how we control those. No one's been able to really help me. Even like the DBT, like I can recognize anxiety. I can actually, when I'm starting to get angry, I've learned this with just people and you and everybody. I ask people to like drop it and stop talking about it, which he always thought was like me trying to control the situation. When in reality, I just know I'm gonna like lose my if we don't stop talking about it.
Notice she denies being physical, and he calls her out on it meekly, nervously laughing because he knows that they both know the truth. And the key incident she mentioned in the beginning of the clip is part of that truth, when she was physical with him and left evidence of it. She says it's scary for her, but what about him? She seems to have no concern for him, only for herself. And it's not a one-time incident like she claimed in the past, which she admits here.
And I haven't had an episode with Moses since November, and that to me, that's huge in my relationships, because it would be every week. Hands down, it'd be every week. Trying to like lock someone in my house, blocking the I've been horrible. Like that's why I said don't ever put me on a pedestal. Like I've done horrible things, like, you know, and like.
Let's not gloss over the fact that she admitted to locking people in her home and refused to let them leave. If any male influencer admitted to that, they would no longer have a platform. Yet Trisha wants her viewers to believe the two never fight and never have.
Be like, oh my God, you know, Moses, it's just like, what? Like, I don't know. It's so weird. Because it's so ironic, because this is like the one relationship where like we don't fight. We literally don't fight. And if I get like anxious or like I feel myself getting like to a place, like we just stop and that's it. I feel like it's like the first relationship that's like good.
When Trisha says they don't fight, what she means is that Moses doesn't fight back. She brags about how healthy their relationship is, yet even Moses calls out the fact that he can't even leave the house without her freaking out on him.
Yeah, I mean, it's the second I leave the house.
That's
like,
not true.
It's true.
Babe, you left the house the other day. He went to go have lunch with his friend, and he was so scared to leave. He's like, okay. So I had to tell him, like, the most I'll do. The most I'll do.
I was just like, just being good.
Oh my God.
Relax.
Stop.
Don't be impulsive.
Oh.
And she claims she doesn't leave the house without him, which we know isn't true considering she spends most of her time away from both her husband and child doing mukbangs in her car and traveling around town. But what this reveals is how she treats Moses like her guard dog who has to accompany her whenever she wants him to, dropping everything to tend to her every demand.
This is why I don't leave my house. And if I do, I go with Moses everywhere, and I don't care if people think that's unhealthy or what, but like...
Going back to how she traps Moses by saying one thing and meaning another, here's another example where she playfully made a joke about herself regarding what he likes, and when he agreed she became upset. Even though she was the one who said it.
Oh, sorry. Oh my god, that's so... They totally bugged off on them.
Short and chubby.
Just how you like them. Me, not a penis.
Oh my god, I didn't even think that.
Were you thinking me or the penis? Short and chubby?
You when you said that, but I didn't think that's you.
You said me when you said short and chubby?
No, but that's why I didn't react to it.
Rude.
I thought you meant you.
Moses even refers to it as a trap, because he knows. But it's been rocky since the beginning, which Trisha tries hard to get everyone to forget. Even though she's the one who admitted herself how bad it was. Here you can hear again how Moses did not want to date her because of how damaging she was, both physically and mentally.
It was something like that Moses obviously really wasn't interested. I think he like didn't know that side of me. Obviously, like a lot of people wouldn't know just by like looking at me, because I was pretty functioning for the most part. I was very functioning actually. So I think when he saw that, it was kind of like, oh, this is like a really different person. The sun's like shining on me right now. Thank you, God. And so yeah, like naturally he didn't want to continue dating. Like we never were like officially dating until like August of that year, because like especially in the summer, like we didn't talk to each other a lot. Like there was a lot of imperfections on his part, and a lot of like, we were very opposite. We were very like, you wouldn't think we'd be compatible at the beginning.
It's important to note that she claims they weren't actually official until August. She uses that as a defense against a woman who came out exposing Moses for being involved with her during the time he was involved with Trisha in the beginning. The odd thing is though, she uses this defense to act as if Moses did not betray her in any way, yet their official anniversary is in March, not August.
That was the commitment for me. So I was like, we probably won't have a ring for a couple months. Maybe it's not even our 1 year anniversary yet. So I'm like, maybe our 1 year anniversary, like March 5th, like 14th. And
oh, you guys will be together for a year in March?
yeah, we met
Wow,
March 14th.
time.
It's also Pi Day, and it's also the 2 years ago today. I had my first date with my husband, so it's our 2-year anniversary. Happy 2-year anniversary to us. What was it?
The upload date of those clips? March 15th. The only reason she made the distinct difference of not being official in August was to detract from the fact that Moses actually was seeing other women during that time. But it didn't fit in with her perfect narrative, so she tried to claim August as their anniversary, when in reality they celebrate March, the month Moses was with other women, every year. She paints this relationship as the ideal, and tries to hide the truth of their past and rewrite history even though it's already all over the internet. Moses has run away from her time after time, which is why she tried to prevent him from doing so on their wedding. Trisha has even admitted that he has had to break up with her multiple times to protect himself. Something Jason Nash also did that he was shamed for.
This was my go-to. This is my heartbreak book bag, because this is my go-to. This was our go-to order together. And he would always leave this sweet little fish for me. I forget what they're called. I think they're the... I don't know what they're called. Sea bass, maybe? I don't know. It's the one that's sweet. But he'd always leave me the sweet ones. This tube by the orange. It was so sweet. And yeah, I mean, we get like an extra like a roll and stuff too, but yeah, anyways, I'm not like, I'm gonna be okay. It's not like I invested like 5 years into this person, but that's how we know I'm crazy. Because he's alone, I'm alone. And he'd rather be alone than be with me. And that just hits really different. No.
Yet she shills this relationship as if it's her fairy tale ending, when the truth is that it's been nothing but a nightmare from the start. But we'll delve more into that in part 5.